1 year ago, Owyhee Produce had to dump a bunch of their onions because pandemic closures crippled the supply chain.
We've lost more than half of our market share.
Owyhee Produce received help from the Paycheck Protection Program that every business qualified for, and the Sustainable Farming Assurance Program helped the produce industry offset losses. But this third-generation farmer credits a different program with helping him distribute onions.
The government's program, the Farmers to Families Food Box program, had a pretty significant impact.
On an annual basis in the U.S., an average of 350 trucks of onions gets consumed every day, but that number went up to 450 truckloads. And Walshay Myers says the Farmers to Food Box program doesn't deserve all the credit. It came along at the right time.
The idea was they could help the families that needed the food. They could help the distributors and wholesalers whose business was down because they closed all their restaurants. And they could help the farmers that traditionally would have onions going to those supply chains as well.
But COVID-19 brought more challenges, especially for the workers at Owyhee Produce.
The truth is, we had to continue working, and we had a slow transmission rate. I mean, we all got sick.
All the employees have been vaccinated, and they never had an outbreak. But over this past year, the work never stopped.
And I think that's an important thing to talk about. I mean, a lot of us really we didn't have a choice. And the the personal protection equipment only goes so far and only does so much.
Owyhee Produce has survived the pandemic, but COVID-19 has also thrown a wrench in planning out future crops.
The volatility in consumption and in costs are much higher today than they were 2 or 3 years ago. We can't look at a 5-year average and say, okay, well, this is our cost and this is what our sales are, because it's gone, right? We don't have those numbers to look at.
Steve Dent, Idaho News 6.